let's do this. That's launch control for you. That is too fast. All right. Hello there! Finally, I'm behind the wheels of the DBX 707. Just gonna adjust everything to my setting. Oh, having gone through the whole briefing, the car sounds like a totally different machine, you know? So, check everything, the mirrors. Yes, that's good. And of course, waking up in a rear-wheel drive country, left-hand drive country, sorry, rear-wheel drive. And just gotta get ourselves accustomed to it. And off we go. Later on, I'll cover everything about the car, alright? Not sure if you guys can see the view, but it's magnificent, alright? Now the first thing is that the headline figures is that it is a 707 horsepower, world's most powerful SUV. So in our minds, in our collective minds, we'll be thinking that, oh, this must be more extreme. It must be the GT3 RS of SUVs, right? Or AMR of SUVs. But actually what Aston told us is that it is a ground up overall improvement. And the steering feel is sharper. Even though I'm now in normal mode, I'm not in sports mode or whatever, the steering feel is sharper. The chassis, you know, you feel that the whole thing is tighter and it's a lot more comfortable. One sentence that I got from Andy, who was briefing us just now, he was like, we don't want to make the car uncomfortable just so you can feel you are already in sports mode. We want you to feel the sportiness of the sports mode or the hard work we put into the chassis when you make the turn. I think that's a very, very important thing to put into context, because a lot of cars, you go into sports mode, immediately the ride becomes jittery, you know, harsh, and that's when people felt like, that's where my money is, and then they turn it back to normal mode. No, comfort is a big thing that Aston wants their customers to feel, whichever setting you're in, because without that you can't extract performance, right? That's why we always give really high praise to Ford's suspension tuning, because you're comfortable all the time and you dare to put the car into its pace because it absorbs everything and it doesn't rob you of confidence when the car bobs off the expansion joints and all that. So I'll explore that part when I'm sort of out of these single lane tight mountain roads on a 2-meter car with occasional Sardinians coming into my lane with their Alfa Mitos. Alright? What I'm amazed with the power delivery is not like there's a build up and then you hold up and then it goes downshift and then it blasts you off. No, it just go like that. It's immediate. I've always said this, the AMG 4-litre V8 is the best 4-litre V8 when you compare it to BMW's 4.4 or Audi's 4-litre, you know. And in this guy's 707 horsepower, 900 Newton meters of torque, and Aston actually signed a contract with AMG allowing Aston Martin to do whatever they like to improve the powertrain or horsepower figures that they wanted. And this is where they dump in 2 new turbochargers, a lot of new calibration. They even take out the torque converter gearbox, put in a wet plate clutch locking automatic transmission, and a new e-diff at the back that can handle 1,600 Newton meters of torque to handle this car's 900, which is a lot. And then because the gearbox is longer, they need a new prop shaft, and just like the Aston Repeat S, they have a carbon prop shaft, right? But of course, this is not a sports car. You don't have a torque tube. It's not a transaxle gearbox as well. You don't need to mount the gearbox at the back with a torque tube to connect engine and gearbox. No, it's a SUV. The packaging is SUV, front engine, 4-wheel drive. But in Sport Plus, it is 100% rear-wheel drive. All right, 100%. So the carbon prop shaft is able, which is also thicker in diameter, can deliver more power, you know, and just makes the whole car more efficient. And there's a lot of other things as well, with damping, with bushes, you know, that they improved in the car to make the car more livable, even
Take the
when
second exit at the roundabout.
even when you're not driving like a hooligan. All right. Okay, I'm in Sport Plus mode, and I'm gonna lift my throttle now. Yes, there are no cracking, popping, you know. I mean, that's not a classy thing to do in Aston's book. So you either get really nice sound, yeah, so it's symphony that matters. And this is Sport Plus, the sportiest mode, and it's 100% rear-wheel drive now. So, very nice. And then what I like is that it's still so comfortable. Oh, it's just so nice. Oh. On these lovely winding roads. Totally felt it now. You go into the sportier setting, and they don't do the part where, you know, they drag the gears, and then, you know, you just get all these things that shakes you and bops you in the car. No, it's just a tight car with immediate response and on-demand power. Oh, and the brakes feel really, really good. I mean, Aston's, the way they modulate their brakes has always been pretty good at it, you know. So yeah, so nice. Tracks very easily. Oh, the downshifts, boom. Oh, what a car! What a car! They don't need rear wheel steer to make that happen. So yeah, this is the perfect balance, if you really think about it, you know, between a proposition like an Urus and then that of a Bentley. This one you have all the luxury and comfort and, you know, of a Bentley, but then you have the beautiful, sharp, sporty design of an Aston. This is really good. Oh, that's the distinctive AMG engine soundtrack. Okay, shenanigans done. Off you go. Okay guys, I'm in Sport Plus mode, and I'm turning into this like off-road terrain, and the suspension is so good. So it's true what they say. They don't just like harden up and then just pops you. You see,
now
it's
turn
bad
right.
roads, and I'm in this sportier setting. Rear-wheel drive with cactus there. That's very nice. This car is so confidence inspiring. Whoa. Key of which is the balance of the car. Its competitors are like 58% and 42%. 58 front, 42 back. But this car is a lot more balanced at 52 over 48. So it shows in the way it turns. And of course the wheelbase is long, 3 meters. It's a 5 meter car with a 3 meter wheelbase, and it's doing this on mountain roads. Can you believe that? This is Golf GTI stuff. Sorry for all the sound, it's our bags being flinged around. And the other side, and the brakes are so good. Remember one thing, given that we're now in Sport Plus, the traction control is half off and the car is rear wheel drive. And it certainly steers like one. And at any given point, comfort is present. That's amazing. And the car leans in, it stabilizes there. Take the opposite lane when there are no cars in sight. Oh, this is just so nice. This is driving heaven. Wow. So did anyone list Sardinia as some of the best driving roads? No, because people do not know about this place. Olbia. Oh God. What a car, what a car. So the powertrain is, power is always there, you know. And if I want to follow the lanes, it could. It's just that it's not gonna be comfortable, you know, but come on, it's just the chassis, the balance, and it might not show itself on camera. There's quite a bit of undulation, you know, but it's just soaks everything up. It shows one thing: Aston Martin put in so much effort to fine-tune every single thing, the steering, the suspension, the drive, the turn in, the balance, that all these disappears when you drive the car. It just disappears. You hardly notice them because it then became, from a well-engineered product, it became an intuitive car. It just works with you, it disappears. You know, and that's amazing part. Oh, look at how the car rotates. I can't believe this, but sort of the car shrinks, you know, when you go fast. You know, like how we like to say, whenever we drive a big car, we say that we can still feel the weight, right? This one, it sort of goes away. It sort of goes away because it doesn't push you out. It doesn't press onto its outer wheels like extreme body rolls, like putting all the stress on the tires, right? we hardly hear any tire squeals because it's not sending the load there. And that's really, really nice. It just makes you want to drive and drive and drive faster. I can guarantee you on mountainous roads like these, right, you can drive a supercar. Come, and then I'll drive this. Oh, so well engineered. This car is so well engineered. Yeah, that's my bag, right? I'm sorry. Get that out. Guys, this is one of the best cars driven for what it is and what it's doing, right? Cheers. So nice. Even in the 550 that we call it that now because it's 707, right? It can already do comfort and performance driving really, really well. I mean, across the spectrum. But in the 707, all of us thought it's gonna add on the extremities, right? Whereby it's sportier, harsher, you know, louder, angry and all that. Then we found out not only that the car is sportier, louder, angrier, faster, way faster in fact, it is also a lot more comfortable. It is a lot, basically on every measure they push it. You know, we drove up to 240, 250 just now. There's barely any wind noise coming out, even though it's a frameless door car. Basically, in just little over 2 years, Aston put in almost all their efforts banking on this, and the results tell. It's so comfortable. It is now more comfortable. See, now we're in like really bad roads, right? Really, really bad roads. We are in Sports Plus mode. Sports Plus mode. Just now we were doing some light off-road and it's so comfortable. So this car now is oh, look at the view, the river, nice. I think they set forth to do the best cross-country super GT out there, because I mean, you can drive a supercar across these roads, you will not be able to traverse these kind of terrains, this kind of road as well as an SUV, no matter how, you know, because this can just take it, you know, can just park anywhere by the road, you know, even up here to grab a picture of this magnificent view, which your supercar couldn't, right? And if there is like a trail, it can go in there, you know, amongst these olive trees and just really go anywhere, do anything. Amazing, amazing. Yeah. What a car. And it handles like a sports car. It corners like one, it tracks like one, you know, it builds up speed like one, it brakes like one. It's just really, really, really easy, effortless to cover distance, and there's barely any noticeable body roll, even though we're in absolute comfort. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Amazing.